Back in 1988, the world watched as 3 gray whales were icebound off Point Barrow, Alaska. Maybe you remember this. It was on all the evening news programs. They took turns coming up at this one little opening 5 miles away from the open sea. It was just a lonely hole in the ice, and all they're trying to do is live and breathe. The only way they could survive was getting back out to the open sea about 5 miles away, and that seemed like an impossibly long journey when there was no place to breathe along the way. Volunteers took their time, took chainsaws and poles, and began cutting a line of openings leading back out to the open sea. They would cut one open, and then they would coax the whales to come over. They breathe, and they say, hey, this isn't so bad. And they kept going, one after another. One of the whales passed, but 2 actually made it when a Russian icebreaker decided to give its time to come over and finish opening the path to the sea. Now, do you think those whales understood when the chainsaws started to rip into the ice that they were saved? Do you think when they heard the sound of the icebreaker's propellers, they knew, hey, we're almost free? They were probably terrified to death. Did the whales understand that the rescuers had a master plan which would lead them to safety? All they could do was take one day at a time, going from one opening to the next, trusting that someone would help them. That is what it means to be alive in a living Lord. We cannot understand God's plan, but as living Christians, renewed and empowered by the Spirit, we can trust Him. We can follow Him and the path that He gives us. The chainsaws of God's law cutting out the earthly in our lives might be utterly terrifying in the moment for us. It might seem impossible, but where we were was death already. But in following God, we have a new nature, a new life, the life of Jesus who rose from the dead for you.